Hey, stoners. You know, there is a timeless allure to the art of pairing cigars and fine spirits. And few combinations hold that same level of sophistication and pleasure as with the Aroma de Cuba Reserva and Keeper's Heart Irish American whiskey finished in maple syrup barrels. This exquisite duo brings together just some absolute rich flavors of a meticulously crafted cigar. We all know Aroma de Cuba makes some of the best. And the complex notes of this premium whiskey that has this really smooth maple finish to it. Now, this is not an infused whiskey. Sorry, I got to adjust the camera here just a little bit. Sorry. For those of you on live stream. This is not an infused whiskey a la Crown Royal Maple. This is a whiskey that is already, it's a blend of Irish and American rye. And then it is aged in charred white oak barrels. And then it is then finish aged in maple syrup barrels. Barrels that formerly held maple syrup. And that sweet goodness has, just as it does with whiskey, has been drawn into the staves and imparts that flavor into the aroma and the palate and just indulges your senses with a symphony of flavors. Well, after that, howdy folks. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Brent Elrod. We're just going to dive right in and pop the cork, cut the stick, and get to toasting. First, I would like to explore this Keeper's Heart Maple Barrel Finish Irish American whiskey. It's a long name. I'm trying to come up with something maybe a little catchier, and I can talk to them about, how regular Jack Daniels is old number 7. Hey, give me a shot of number 7. Everybody knows what you want. We need to come up with a little something for this. I'll work on that. But anyway, this, as I said, is a mix of Irish whiskey from Ireland and American rye, and they are expertly blended by Brian Nation of Middleton and other Irish whiskey fame. He goes back a ways. He is one of the kings in Irish whiskey. And then they decided to finish age this in maple syrup barrels for 90 days. Just see what happened. So, Now, the mash, as I said, this is a blended whiskey, so it's not available. There's really not a lot of information just readily available on this particular spirit. I'm going to be working with the folks over at Keeper's Heart and seeing if I can get a little more detailed information, because I like to be able to provide you everything. But it is a non-age statement, other than we know it was finished for 3 months in maple syrup barrels. Let's go ahead, pop the cork. Keeper's Heart, you are doing that right. I love cork pops. I hate twist-on caps. Let's go ahead. I can hear that in my earphones. Love that sound, almost as much as the cork pop. All right, now visually, this is just a beautiful, beautiful medium to maybe even hinting in dark golden brown. It is just, it's heaven to look at, and it does have really great legs to it, I have to say. Usually non-age statements, you're not too sure about some of that, but I mean, this is really clinging well to the side. Now, on the nose, And as you might expect, it is pretty maple forward on the nose. But there are notes of vanilla and oak and florals along with maple now on the palate. Oddly enough, for the heavy maple forward in the nose, it is not that way on the palate. You get a heavy front load of rye spice in the beginning, and with florals and apples and the things you kind of expect from the Irish part of this whiskey. But then you also have this subtle sort of smoky, peaty flavor reminiscent of a Scotch. It's not much, and I think it comes from the maple barrels. It as opposed to being maple, it kind of gets a little more smoky, and it's really good. I mean, I really like this. It is a very good spirit. There is some sweetness to it. Not a lot. I was really hoping that it was not going to come off like an infused, and it doesn't at all. You get flavors on the palate, but it's not like an infused whiskey where it just like drowns the whiskey out. This becomes part of the entire palate and just bathes your mouth in velvety goodness. But that's not what we're all here for. We're here for a pairing. The Aroma de Cuba Reserva, we know, as I said earlier, they're known for making impeccable cigars. They're known for their craftsmanship. They're hand-rolled by skilled artisans using carefully selected tobacco leaves from Nicaragua. This cigar is rolled at the My Father's Cigar Factory in Nicaragua. The filler and binder are Nicaraguan tobaccos, and the wrapper, as has apparently come to be the norm, and I think that's part of it is I really like them, and the other part of it is it's kind of the chic thing right now, and that's the Mexican San Andres wrapper. This Vitola is called a Maximo. It is about a 5.5 by 54 on the ring gauge. Now, visually, I'm having to get out in the light. I have old eyes. It is just a real beautiful medium to dark chocolate brown, almost like a candy bar. The seams are tight and just barely visible. Actually, at first I thought it was a vein. It was so light, and there is some moderate veining. What veining there is fairly pronounced. I do catch a little bit of tooth, and a wonderful triple cap. Now on the nose, I get aromas of chocolate and spice, a little bit of wood, and some dark fruit. Let's go ahead and give this cigar a cut and test the cold draw. Sorry, I didn't have my cutter out. That was a flub. I had a lot of issues getting ready this morning, or this afternoon. And as we're getting ready to light this, I was using my Cassetti multi-cutter on the V-cut. I want to take a second to tell you about Freedom Fatigues. Freedom Fatigues is a veteran-owned business. They make some of the finest, softest, patriotic-themed shirts, hats, accessories that you can find anywhere. And they're all made right here in the U.S. You know, go and support a veteran. Go to freedomfatigues.com, and if you use the discount code Sticks-n-Stonez 20, no dashes or anything, just all rammed together. If you I was trying to talk too fast. If you use the discount code Sticks-n-Stonez 20, Sticks-n-Stonez 20, you will get 20% off at Freedom Fatigues. So, go support those fellas. Now, I'm getting it's also getting colder. I'll have to hurry and wrap this up. I'm about to freeze anyway. My fingers are numb. I get cocoa powder, some wood, a little bit of pepper. There's a definite earthiness to it, and some sweet kind of stone fruits. Let's try them together now. Oh, and there is a copious amount of smoke coming off of this stick, as you on the live stream just witnessed. This is a perfectly balanced blend that offers a kind of a medium to full-bodied smoking experience, with flavors that, kind of range from earthy and woody and some hints of spice and a little bit of sweetness. And then along with that, you have the Keeper's Heart maple barrel finish that adds another layer of complexity to the pairing. And now the Keeper's Heart, it's crafted in small batches. They're still fairly new on the scene. And it is a really unique whiskey, this particularly this maple barrel aged, because it goes through the aging process in the charred white oak barrels, and then they transfer it to the maple syrup barrels. There's all kinds of whiskeys out there that have been aged in port casks or whatever they're called. There's some word for them. Or other types of wine casks, or this cask or that cask, or whatever. But this is the only one that I know of. I think they are the only ones aging in maple syrup barrels. So it does add a real level of sweetness and complexity that you don't really get in any other whiskey. Sorry, I just keep puffing away. And the result of these two is this: you get this velvety, smooth spirit that kind of has the smoky, mapley undertones and a subtle sweetness, and then you have it just perfectly complements the flavors of this expertly rolled cigar with its lovely Mexican San Andres wrapper. I love those. I would really like to get a cigar that is totally filler, binder, wrapper, Mexican San Andres. I bet that would taste like a mouthful of chocolate-covered cherries. Now, when you enjoy these together, they just create this wonderful kind of sensory experience that the smoky richness of the whiskey kind of intertwines with the robust flavors of the cigar, and they really enhance each other's nuances that will just take you to new heights. I can feel myself floating right now. Well, I am going to go ahead and burn this down to the halfway mark, and then I will come back and give you an update. Hey, Stoners, I am back. Here at the half, the stick has remained consistent, other than a kind of a little bit of a ramp up in the sweetness and the stone fruit becoming a solid cherries. Other than that, it's really just stayed consistent, and it pairs very, very well with the keeper's heart. It creates almost a chocolate-covered cherries flavor. The chocolate-covered cherries that have the liquidy stuff inside. Yeah, those that I really love a lot, but I have to stay away from because I'm trying to be healthier while I smoke cigars and drink whiskey. Hey, my great-grandfather lived to be 96, lost an eye, fought in World War I, and he smoked cigars and drank whiskey. So if he can make it to 96, Anyway, that's off on a different topic. When you savor this, just the perfect cigar and whiskey combo, it creates this like symphony of flavors that just dance across your taste buds and leaves this lasting impression on you that really can only be described as sublime. And when it comes to indulging in such luxurious experiences, the first thing that strikes you about this combination is its burst of complexity. You take a draw from this well-crafted cigar, and the notes of earth and spice kind of envelop your palate, teasing your senses, and you can envision the meticulous aging and fermenting perfection that goes on at My Father's Cigars to create this depth of flavor that is just captivating and intriguing. Then, if that wasn't enough, you follow it with a sip of what I can only describe as an elixir that, even though Keeper's Heart is a fairly new whiskey distiller brand, this comes from a centuries old tradition. It is a mix of Irish whiskey that is distilled in Ireland, brought over here, and then blended with American whiskey. And that initial sweetness kind of hits your tongue just like velvet. Then you have kind of the subtle nuances of maple syrup that intertwine with the undertones of oak and vanilla. This whiskey, as I said earlier, has been aged in white oak barrels, and charred white oak barrels, and that allows it to develop really the unique, whiskey character, the smooth yet robust kind of flavor. And then when they finish it in the maple syrup barrels, that develops this sweet yet smoky profile. It is just amazing. All right, I'm going to go ahead and burn this down the rest of the way, and I will come back and give you my final thoughts. Howdy, Stoners, I am back. This pairing really did not change much in the last half, but that's a good thing because I enjoyed every moment. The Aroma de Cuba Reserva cigar paired with Keeper's Heart Irish-American whiskey finished in maple syrup barrels is an unrivaled duo that embodies the essence of luxury and refinement. Sorry, it's cold and getting colder. This perfect cigar and whiskey combination is just a truly indulgent experience that can transport you to a realm of sensory delight like no other. It wasn't until I really started getting toward the end here that I really started feeling the cold, because I was doing well all throughout. As we all know, the Aroma de Cuba, it is meticulously crafted and blended with a flavor and a rich history. It proves to be an exceptional choice for aficionados seeking that real premium smoking experience. But it's also a very good cigar for the less experienced cigar smoker. You definitely need to try the Aroma de Cubas. This Reserva is a really great cigar. It has complex notes of earthiness and spice and sweetness, and it harmonizes perfectly with the subtly sweet and smoky undertone of the Keeper's Heart. This pairing really showcases how contrasting elements can complement each other just flawlessly. The cigar's robustness is balanced by the whiskey's smoothness. The maple finish adds kind of a touch of sweetness that lingers on your palate even after you've taken the sip. Whether you enjoy these alone or you share them with friends, the folks who really appreciate these kinds of luxurious pleasures, this pairing really invites you to embrace life's finer moments. It encourages us to, take time for ourselves, to pause from our busy routines, and just to kind of relish on the artistry that is behind these carefully curated offerings. I mean, when you really think about what goes into making a cigar and making a bottle of whiskey and making them that can go together this well, it is in some ways awe-inspiring. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Please hit like, subscribe, share, notify, spread the word, and keep up when I drop new content. Visit our website, sticksndstonez.com, sticksnStonez.com. You read our blog posts. I have whiskey and cigars. I have football. I have a little bit of everything on there. I kind of get around, and that way, there's something for everybody. You can also listen to past episodes. You can reach out to our affiliate sponsors. Please reach out to our affiliate sponsors. You can find links throughout the site. We have affiliate marketing deals with Cigars International, where you can get this great cigar. Total Wine, Freedom Fatigues, Caliber Coffee. Freedom Fatigues and Caliber Coffee are veteran-owned. Need to help those folks out. They are small businesses. These are veterans. They're just trying to make it in the business world. Go buy something from them. And I can generally get you a pretty good deal. So, and also True Classic Menswear and Keeper's Heart. Keeper's Heart can deliver to about 27 states, so you order it directly from their website. You can find a link to their site on sticksndstonez.com and use Sticks-n-Stonez 20, and you can get 20% off. And they'll ship it to you. So, doesn't get any easier than that if you live in one of those 27 states. Texas is one of them. So, until we get to be together again, keep your sticks dry, your stones cold, and have a great